What is this? Ugh. I did not like that. Welcome to KO Bets, the show where we discuss upcoming betting strategies for upcoming UFC events. Everything's upcoming. My name is Bill, and I'm here to help make you some money and provide you with some entertainment tonight. We're going to be discussing UFC Fight Night. Kai Kara France taking on Albazi. Amir Albazi. Alright, before we get started, if you wouldn't mind, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the support tremendously. Without further ado, it's a late show. I was doing some volunteering. Let's just get into this. Philip Lins taking on Max Grisham. Philip Lins is on a 2-fight win streak. He's 2-2 in the UFC. Max Grisham, he's on a 1-fight win streak. Decent overall fighter. Really good experience and resume on this guy. I mean, some losses. I guess when I say decent resume, he's losing to a lot of those fighters, but Magomed, Marcin, Dustin Jacoby, pretty decent resume. So I like him in this fight. I like his cardio in this fight. Philip Lins, I mean, I think he is dangerous. I think he's dangerous early. It's an interesting fight. I think Max Grisham wins this. I think Max Grisham probably wins this. I think if Philip Lins does win, though, it's probably that KO. Max Grisham does have 6 losses inside the distance, so that's something to definitely keep an eye out for. Don't know if I'm going to bet on that one. Damon Blackshear taking on Luan Lacerda. Damon Blackshear, he's on a 1-fight losing streak. He's 0-1-1 in the UFC. 8 out of his 12 wins have come via submission. Luan Lacerda, he's on a 1-fight losing streak as well. He's 0-1 in the UFC. Lost to Corey Stamen. 10 out of 12 of his wins have come via sub. Yeah, I think both of these fighters are pretty good. I like Damon Blackshear when I saw him against Basharat. Was that Farad? Farid? Thought he looked good there. He just kind of got taken down a lot and just wasn't able to win rounds in that fight. When getting dominant positions and win minutes. He's taking on Luan Lacerda, who's probably going to have a stand-up advantage and is also a really, really good grappler. So I think this is another tough matchup for Damon Blackshear. I think it's a competitive fight, but I like Luan Lacerda here. And I just realized we didn't check the odds for the last 2 fights. But I'm going to go with Luan Lacerda. We're going to go back to the Max Grisham and Philip Lins line. Max Grisham is the favorite. Odds makers like it to go the distance, and they like the Grisham decision, which I tend to agree with. I also like the, I think there's some value just off the bat, maybe on that KO. Just considering 6 of his losses have come inside the distance. And then now we're on Damon Blackshear. Luan is the favorite. I would say it's going to go the distance. Odds makers agree. And yeah, so we're looking at the Luan Lacerda via decision. Expect him to like point strike with Damon Blackshear on the feet. Possibly get Damon Blackshear to the ground, just be the minute winner in this fight. That's what I'm thinking. Next fight is Elise Reed taking on Jin Yu Frey. Elise Reed's on a 1-fight losing streak. She's 2-3 in the UFC. Jin Yu Frey is on a 2-fight losing streak. She's 2-4 in the UFC. I would say Elise Reed's got a stand-up advantage in this fight. Jin Yu Frey's probably more the grappling advantage. I don't know if Jin Yu Frey's going to be able to get takedowns against Elise Reed. I'm going to go and say no, and I think Elise Reed keeps it standing and just punches her way to victory. Just punch. Punch, punch, punch. And then Jin Yu Frey, I think if she's able to get takedowns, great. Like, that'll be good, but I just don't know if she's going to be able to do it. Elise Reed does have not the best takedown defense. But yeah, looking at Jin Yu Frey, not really a lot of finishes, so doesn't seem dangerous anywhere. Half of her loss is inside the distance. I'm going to say that the fight does go the distance, but not sure. We're going with Elise Reed. What is on my foot? Velcro. Elise Reed, minus 130. Odds makers do like it to go the distance as well, minus 225. And they like the Elise Reed decision, which I like as well. Although the decision for both fighters is tied at plus 165. Minus 225 for both. Daniel Santos taking on Johnny Munoz. Daniel Santos, he's on a 1-fight winning streak. He's 1-1 in the UFC. He's got a crazy offensive approach, lots of output, definitely tough, gets hit a lot, and is exciting. He's very exciting. Johnny Munoz, he's on a 1-fight winning streak. He's 2-2 in the UFC. He is definitely the more technical fighter in this one, but I don't know that he's necessarily better anywhere. He's just a little more conservative, and for that reason, I think I like Daniel Santos a lot here. I think Johnny Munoz's path to victory is to, I would say, probably get takedowns, put Daniel Santos on his back, avoid getting submitted, winning minutes that way. That's how Johnny Munoz is going to win. Daniel Santos, he could hurt Johnny Munoz. He could get a submission. Yeah, he's just very, very dangerous. Oddsmaker, I'm going to go with Santos. Oddsmakers like Santos, minus 215. I have to agree. Oddsmakers, fight to go the distance. Oddsmakers say no. I kind of agree. Santos, the KO, is what the oddsmakers like the best. By the way, I'm going to post all my official picks on Twitter. If you see my mouse here, and there's my Twitter at the bottom left, I'll post my official bets to Twitter. The next fight we've got is Andre Arlovski taking on Dontel Mays. Andre Arlovski, he is on a 1-fight losing streak. He's 4-1 in his last 5. Definitely just found an interesting approach. You know, basically just point striking his way to victory in 4 straight wins. But doing it at an old age, he's getting up there for sure in age. I mean, he's probably top 3 oldest people on the roster. But he's just found an interesting approach, and I really like his ability to win minutes in this fight against Dontel Mays. Dontel Mays is, dangerous, possesses a lot of power, but he just doesn't have the best output, and that's a bummer. And I think Andre Arlovski can be the minute winner. I think he has fought against people with low output, big power. He's gotten knocked out sometimes he's gotten the decision victory. So I'm going to go with Andre Arlovski in this fight. I think he could get the decision as the method of victory. If he doesn't get that, I would say it's the Dontel Mays KO. Odds makers do like it to go the distance, and odds makers actually like the Dontel Mays decision. So is he going to get takedowns, do they think? I don't know. It's interesting to see. Arlovski by method of victory is the plus 165 there. But then looking at the fight line, Arlovski is plus 115. I would say I would take the money line there. The next fight we've got is John Castaneda taking on Muin Goufarov. Goufarov is making his UFC debut. He's coming in on short notice. He's powerful, has good stand-up, really good overall fighter. John Castaneda, he's on a 1-fight losing streak. He's 2-2 in the UFC. He's also a good fighter. Has wrestling, has good output. I think Goufarov and his wrestling, if his cardio holds up on short notice, he could probably wrestle his way to victory. I think it's going to be a really close fight. I think it's all contingent kind of on the cardio of Muin, and he's coming in here on short notice, but I'm going to go with Goufarov here. And Goufarov is the slight underdog at plus 110. It's basically a pick'em. Odds makers do like it to go the distance, and I tend to agree. I think Castaneda, his path to victory is probably getting Goufarov really tired, denying some of those takedowns and winning in that fashion, but I think the persistence of Goufarov is going to show here, and he's going to be able to get those takedowns in multiple rounds. So I'm going to go with Goufarov decision. Next fight is Jamie Malarkey taking on Muhammad Naimov. Jamie Malarkey, he's on a 2-fight win streak. Muhammad's coming in here on short notice. It's his debut. He's coming off the Dana White Contender Series. He lost in 2020. He's 3-1 since. His cardio's shaky. He's got bad striking. Probably powerful, but Jamie Malarkey, he's tough, has a good resume. I think he should win here. I think he's better. I think he punches a little harder. I think he's able to keep this fight standing and be really, really successful in this fight. So I'm going to go with Jamie Malarkey, which is no surprise, minus 460. I'd say the finish would be live. Yeah, odds makers agree at minus 200. Don't love Jamie Malarkey via KO at plus 100, however. So, I don't know. Interesting. I'll think about that. Maybe it's used as maybe there's a bet to be found in there, but I gotta examine it a little more closely. Abubakar Nurmagomedov taking on Elizeu dos Santos. Abubakar is on a 2-fight win streak. He's 2-1 in the UFC. Elizeu dos Santos, he's on a 1-fight win streak, but he has taken quite a bit of time off. Albazi, good jiu-jitsu, dangerous on the feet with 14 knockout victories. Definitely the more dangerous of the two fighters. Abubakar, he is a very good wrestler. That's where he's going to hold the advantage in this fight, I think. And we've seen it. If you can be aggressive wrestling, stay out of submission attempts, you can win fights just being in top position. And that's what I think Abubakar is able to do in this fight. I'm not super confident in Albazi's stuff, but for now, I'm going with Abubakar money line. Abubakar is at a favorite at -120. It's basically a pick'em. Abubakar, odds makers do like it to go the distance. Yeah, I think that's likely how Abubakar would win, is a decision, but +120 isn't great compared to -120. It's not very good. Karine Silva taking on Ketlin Sosa. Karine Silva, she is on a 1-fight win streak. She's 1-0 in the UFC. Won the Dana White Contender Series in 2021. Ketlin Sosa is making her UFC debut. All 15 of Karine's wins are inside the distance. She's got 9 knockout victories, 6 submission victories. She's really good all around. You worry about the cardio, I think, is the only thing with her. Ketlin Sosa, she's making her debut. She's got pretty decent stand-up. Probably is going to want to keep this standing, in my opinion, but I think Karine Silva is the winner in this fight. She's the favorite at -215. -195. They like the submission. I mean, I think Ketlin Sosa's got 2 knockout losses and a submission loss. She does it. All 3 of her losses have come inside the distance. So I do kind of like that setup for Karine Silva. Some sort of finish. +110 there. I do kind of like that. The next fight is Tim Elliott taking on Victor Altamirano. Tim Elliott, he's going through some shit. He's on a 1-fight win streak. Yeah, he's going through it. He's gonna have to wrestle in this fight. He's gonna have to keep up with Altamirano's cardio. But yeah, I think wrestling, staying in top position, that's his path to victory. Altamirano, don't get taken down, and you probably got this. I'm going to go with Altamirano. I really like his output. I like his cardio. I think he's tough. So I'm going to go with Altamirano here. If Tim Elliott can win rounds 1 and 2, I think he could win this fight. I think if it gets to round 3, Victor Altamirano, that's going to be his round. He's just going to be the stronger fighter at that point. Altamirano is the slight underdog at +150. Tim Elliott at -170 is the favorite. Odds makers do like it to go the distance at +225. I kind of agree. I think it's going to be a decision. I like the Victor Altamirano decision, but yeah, I like the decision in this fight. The next fight we've got is Jim Miller taking on Jesse Butler. Jim Miller, he's on a 1-fight losing streak. He's dangerous. He hits hard. He was supposed to fight Gordon. Now he's fighting Jesse Butler, who's, I think, much younger. 8 submission victories out of 12 wins, making his UFC debut. Is going to be dangerous early. So if Jim Miller can survive the early onslaught of Jesse Butler, I think he can win this fight. Win round 2. A bit crazy initially, is my guess. So I'm gonna go with Jim Miller in this fight, but I don't feel crazy confident about it after the change. Jim Miller is the favorite at -240 there. We're on to our co-main event. We've got Alex Caceres taking on Daniel Pineda. Alex Caceres, he's coming into this fight on a 1-fight win streak. He's got a karate approach, very interesting side stance, like kind of like Wonder Boy. Daniel Pineda, 1-fight win streak, just a monster. Has all 28 of his wins are inside the distance. I don't know. This is going to be a really fun fight, in my opinion. I think there's going to be some sort of finish. I'm just not super confident in either direction. We've seen Caceres get submitted a whole bunch. We've seen Daniel Pineda get finished. I think Daniel Pineda is going to be dangerous early. I think Caceres gets dangerous as the fight goes on. I'm going to roll with Caceres, but Daniel Pineda is very tempting. The odds makers agreed. Alex Caceres is the favorite at -190. Over-unders -185 for no. And I do like that. I think that someone's finishing someone. That's my opinion on that fight. Then we've got the main card, the main fight of the night. And I'm going to sign off. I'm a little sick. It's 12:12 a.m. I'm pooped, you know. Just was doing some volunteering, and I need to make my picks though. Kai Kara France taking on Amir Albazi. Kai Kara France, he's coming off the loss to Brandon Moreno last year. Amir Albazi, he's 4-0 in the UFC. He has not fought anyone nearly as skilled as Kai Kara France, so this is going to be a big step up for him. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's he's got pretty decent stand-up, good grappling. I think Kai Kara France is good takedown defense, which is going to for Amir, because I think Kai Kara France is just much, much better on the feet, and he wins this fight on the feet. And then if it's a 5-round fight and Kai Kara France is just piecing him up on the feet, I think you got to consider the potential for a knockout. But I like Kai Kara France in this fight. He is the slight dog now at -105. It's a pick'em. Odds makers, it's a pick'em. And I at Kai Kara KO. I think the Albazi submission's interesting. We've seen Kai Kara get submitted, but he is a lot better as of late at not getting taken down to the mat, so it's all interesting. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm just like very pooped. I had to get through this tonight, make my money line predictions. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like very pooped. I had to get through this tonight, make my money line predictions. I don't know. I'm just like very pooped. I had to get through this tonight, make my money line predictions. I don't know. I'm just like very pooped. I had to get through this tonight, make my money line predictions. yeah, it's definitely crazy going live this late after volunteering and being having a little bit of fun while doing it. So please excuse the actually, we're not even going to use music on the outro. I'm going to just sign off. We're not doing any trending topics, none of that tonight. I just got to get to bed. So I appreciate you tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is KO Bets. My name is Bill. Thanks for watching.